Hi, everyone. This is Rita Desnoyers-Garcia of Becoming Awake, the Calm Mom Alliance Facebook group. And we are continuing our series of women helping women with my dear friend Nadya. I'm so excited to have her here. And I'm going to read a little bit about her so that you get the picture. So Nadya Tatch works with busy professional women over 40, us, who want strength and balance in their bodies and lives, but don't have the time or energy. I think we all can relate to this. She helps them build strength in their bodies and their minds and balance in health and life through mindset, nutrition, and fitness, one habit at a time. I'm loving this already. And she does that with accountability and fun. Come on, people, this is great. So Nadya is a certified health and life coach focusing on transformation of behaviors, beliefs, and identity. This is so up her alley. This is going to be great. She's also a certified fitness trainer and a corrective exercise specialist, which is interesting. We'll have to talk about that. Welcome, Nadya. I'm so glad you're here. And I want to hear everything, but first, I think it's really helpful for the people I work with to kind of know what your backstory is, how you got into this. So take us back.
Yeah, thank you, Rita. It's really a joy and pleasure and honor to be here. Thank you for willingness to listen to my story and take this journey for a few minutes together. Well, you can hear my accent. I am not from the United States. I'm actually from Europe, St. Petersburg, Russia. And I moved to the US about 20 years ago. It will be 20 in a few days.
Wow.
And, that was the time when I remember when I already had my two young daughters. I'm sitting in my bedroom and I'm thinking, is my life it? Is this just going to be like that? And what it was is, number one, what I think or feel that memory is not good enough. Nobody can relate to that, especially us as women and mothers and caretakers. It's just felt so not good enough in everything. In fact, I remember thinking about, oh, I'm just not making enough money. I can't sustain myself. Am I good enough mom or spouse? Or it just was kind of throughout my entire day. And guess what? In my health, it was the same way. I live in Dallas right now, and it's really warm in here, and I was sick all the time. And it was that moment I remember sitting in my bedroom thinking, this got to change. Anyone has a moment like this? Like, my life has to change. I got to do something. And well, my background is actually, my major is psychology. And somebody was asking me recently, when did you start? And my answer was, I started when I was 11 in psychology, when I picked up the book by Dale Carnegie, How to Talk to Anyone. I think it was in Russian, of course. I still remember, I still have that book. I need to bring it back to here and have it as memorabilia. But the personal development was the first step into my current journey. When I said, I got to fix this first. Now, the way I'm thinking is just not going to take me where I want to be in my life. So the mindset was the pillar that I took fully and embraced for myself, and still do. I'm still on my journey, just like most of us, I believe. And the nutrition came along as well. In nutrition, it was interesting. I felt I just wanted more energy. I just wanted to feel better. Nobody taught me how to eat properly. I remember pasta and potato, what was on my childhood table, and something needed to change. And that's how I went into the discovery of how do I eat in order to feel the way I want to feel and heal my body. And fitness was a funny story. When I was already practicing my health coaching, like an official start day was 2009, in fact, in April. But 10 years later, I walked into the gym and I said, hello, I'm a health coach. Would you like to work with me? And a funny background story. They looked at me from top to bottom and they said, how about a fitness trainer? So it was funny, like they actually examined me, and a few months later I became a fitness trainer and started working actually as a fitness trainer in the gym as well. But over this period of time, and it was not too long time ago, I realized like I cannot take one pillar of this journey of called health. If I want to lose weight and I just go to the gym and then eat French fries and watch a movie while watching a movie and not moving and doing anything else, or my mindset, I'm always going to be fat, just the fitness will not do the justice, or losing weight by nutrition. You have to, it's like I call it the three-legged stool. Now, the stool, you cannot take one leg off, it's going to fall. And that's okay. That's why we do it one habit at a time, like you build in block one at a time. But at the end of the day, you have to be, and we can talk about what does it look like. You have to be intentional in all three pillars of your health. And that's how I came to support other women just like me, or my biggest client as well. How do I start with myself, with the basics and all the way to intentional habits, so I can actually love my body, love myself, and therefore love what I do in the environment I'm in. So that's my journey.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it because I was just thinking, I was taking I like to walk uphill is one of the things I do every day. And I was thinking, for years I had a love-hate relationship with my body. The love came from my soul and the hate came from my ego for the most part. Like it was like, the ego was like, I hate you, or I hate you a little less today because you lost weight or whatever, or someone complimented you. It's such, and I was thinking, wow, that's such a different place where I am now. It's a completely different place. And I think everyone seems to come in it from different places. Some come through food, some come through exercise, working out, some come through the mindset, but you're right. Those are the three, those are all connected. You can't ignore one because the stool won't function. So I love that you look at all three. And I've also noticed that I listen a lot to interviews of different kind of spiritual teachers, and almost every single one of them have had a moment in their lives where they've had to look at what they're eating and how they're exercising, how they're moving their body, because they realized that it was time to change that. Just like it's time to release on a false belief or release on an emotion or whatever it is. And each time you can kind of see the metamorphosis as they keep showing up, but they look a little different. They're a little lighter, a little clearer, and they'll all say, I didn't think it was important. And now I know it's important. So even them, they had to, kind of go through that. So let me ask you this. What kinds of people seek you out, and what kind of results do you generally see? And I'd love to hear sort of an interesting, success story that you could share so people get a more fleshed out picture of what they could expect.
Yeah. So I was thinking, okay, who would I share? That's interesting. And in the introduction, you mentioned building strength and balance. The end of the foundation is building the strength in your physical body, in your mind. We can talk about the spirit as well. And therefore, the balance of your health, the balance of your life will be almost like as a result. The number one that I hear ladies come to me, they say, okay, Nadya, I am ready. I don't have time. So it's actually number one. I don't have time. There's nothing else I can put on my plate. And at the same time, she's ready. And then she says, okay, I've got aches and pains. I don't have time for doing whatever you're going to teach me to do. I know I got to change my nutrition. I know I'm eating whatever I'm not supposed to be eating. I don't like exercising. And I do want to lose from 20 to 50 pounds. So yeah, let me see. Anything else I hear? Those are the major 6 elements that I hear. So we go through the program, and I call it the ultimate transformation. The ultimate transformation is ultimately the stool you're sitting on, backed up by the foundation, and we call it accountability and support, because we are in the group together, and we focus on one step at the time. We focus on the habits. And in fact, I teach once a month. I also dive deep into how does it look like. We start with the habits of what are my foundational habits, the ones that we are actually doing subconsciously already, right? What are my personalized habits, like the ones that I need for me, whether it's physical therapy, whether it's certain way I have to watch my nutrition. Broccoli, for some people, are good. For some people, they're promoting inflammation, a certain reaction. Interesting enough. And then we're focusing on what are my intentional habits. The intentional habits are the ones, I call them, you're actively working on. I got to start meditating. I'm not yet doing it as my habitual, but I'm actually working on it. So it's this hierarchy of 3 levels of habits, and they're all actually individual. And so Jean, she started working with me a while ago. And the first thing she said, okay, Nadia, I almost fell off the stairs. My balance is off. Can't make me. I hate I don't like exercising. I don't like hard breathing, but I also want to be healthier longer. She's actually working on the insurance field. And so we actually started with fitness. And that is why I actually love the functional movement and corrective exercise, because again, the foundation of my physical body, you've got to build strength inside. And the functional movement actually helps you to build your body strong from inside, working on different planes of motion, muscle groups in a short period of time, 20, 30 minutes, working on the balance at the same time. And now one of her goals on the vision board is, it's a funny one, is to play guitar standing on one foot.
Oh, I love it.
And the other knee she's holding up and holding the guitar. It is hard to do because your body has to be actively engaged. You're moving your arm, you're challenging your balance. And through the work together, she started with fitness, but now she's also working on the nutritional piece and the mindset. She says, Nadia, that's interesting. So health, self-care is non-negotiable. And methods of implementation are.
Yes.
Quote from my client.
I love it.
And so the other one is, and I will say her name, Denise, she's okay with that. She's actually one of my inspiring stories that I share all the time. Before she turned 50, 1 year prior, she came to me and she says, okay, Nadia, I lost 40 pounds. I need to lose 60 more. And her family has obesity background, lung disease background, and she was also abused in her childhood. So it's all this weight, emotional, physical. And by the time she turned 50, she actually was able to lose 100 pounds. She still keeps it off. It's been a couple of years. But here's the deal. She gave herself a birthday gift, and then COVID hit. And then she got sick. Remember I mentioned lung disease and overweight? She was sick for 2 months. I remember she was texting and she says, Nadia, I can't even get off the bed to go because it's so hard.
Wow.
She recovered. And then she got sick again. They all gone through this wave of being sick several times. She recovered. But she lost 3 family members to COVID. And then she looks in my eyes, she says, Nadia, because I gifted myself health, I gifted myself life.
Yeah.
Every time I share this. So, and the last story I want to share with you, I probably could even finish here, but Carol Lee, it took us 3 years actually to start talking. And one of the things she said, the very first 10 minutes, she said, you're very intimidating to me. You know how we feel intimidated. We know we need to start. We know we have the person in front of us we can work with, and we make all reasonable explanations why it's not a good time. And I actually invited her again. And I said, let's just sit down and talk. And a few months later, she said, Nadia, it was actually a month later, she said, the way you approached it, and again, we're talking about tiny, tiny steps. She says, yeah, I was feeling intimidated, but I said yes to just one thing at the time. And now I believe she was 67 at that time. She says, I can do the things that I didn't know I can do. Yeah. Exclamation point. So
Wow.
it's just start, commit, do the work. Self-care is non-negotiable. How we implement it is negotiable.
I love that. I love that. The second story you shared of the woman who survived COVID twice while watching her family not survive it, that really got to me. I think that's going to impact a lot of people, because I think that's one of the things that happened during this time is that people were freaked out, but we weren't given a lot of instruction about how to really get ourselves out of it, you know? So it was, or I would say it was narrowed. It wasn't empowering necessary. Let's just say that. So it's great that you're here empowering people. And I love, it's non-negotiable, but the way you do it is negotiable. I think I'm going to use that with my kids, to tell you the truth. You got to have a clean room. How you do it, it's up to you. Yeah, that's great. I love that.
What works on kids works on us.
I mean, I get parenting tips by watching The Dog Whisperer. So I get parenting tips from everywhere, whatever works. So obviously stressed out professional moms would be good people for you to work with, it sounds like. And those are my clientele. Is that what you would, if they came to you and said, I want X, Y, and Z, but I don't have time and I don't really like exercise, would that be something you would say to them is like, look, this is non-negotiable, but the way we do it is very flexible. We can figure out a way to do this. What would be,
what a perfect question. Normally, here's my response.
Okay.
I hear you. Busy. We're all busy. I get it. I get it. Working mom, kids, one goes to college soon. I get it. And on the scale from 1 to 100, how committed are you?
Yeah.
If there's no commitment, I can't work with you.
No, that's true.
If you're committed and busy, there's room to work.
Okay.
And then we can start digging a little bit more into the calendar.
Right.
And that's why I have 3 options as well. One of the options is easy. Do your own pace, called monthly subscription. You know, that's where whenever you have time, still put it on your calendar and do whenever you can. So commitment is the key versus convenience, do it later. Yeah,
I was just in a group setting, and it was around nutrition, and the guy who was leading it said, he said, on the other side of commitment is great reward. And I think about that a lot, especially when I don't want to do something, you know, or I'm reaching for something that I know I'm not really hungry for. I'm emotionally hungry for maybe, but not really hungry for. I go, no, later. Maybe I'll do it later. I'll put that off and I'll do this thing that's better for me. So do you have any quick tips that you could share right now that someone could watch this interview and take with them for their day?
You know, it's interesting. I was thinking, what will be the tip? The tip I do myself every day. I do my best. You know, those days when you hear the alarm clock and you're half awake, open your eyes, snooze the button, maybe not, and thoughts showing up in your head. Another day. Where's that alarm? Don't want to get up. Crappy morning. Not feeling good. My back hurts. And all that. The things just so maybe we reach for the phone. Within my reach. Who has the phone next to your bed where you can actually reach it? The tip is start your day with gratitude. Get up, go pee, get your water done. Open the journal and write. I write 10 things I'm grateful for. Some people write 3, but there's magic in 10 because it's hard to find 10 things. And I don't care what it is. Maybe it's the broccoli I just bought yesterday because I actually did buy and it's there for me. Whatever comes to your mind, 10 things you're grateful for every morning, start with it.
I love it. That's great. Yeah. I mean, I start with, I'm alive, I have running water, I have shelter, I have clean air to breathe. These are like things that like most of the people in the world don't have. So I'm doing better than a lot of people here that,
Yeah.
Wonderful. I love that.
As they say, there's always
There's always something
to be thankful for.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, I know we could talk a long time, but I'm trying to make these short so that my moms can listen to this when they're folding laundry or in the car or they have a break or they're having lunch. So I want to know, how can people connect with you? Because I imagine a lot of people listening to this are going to be like, all right, I'm ready. And she's going to help me get through this wall that I have around time and all of my other reasons to not do this. So how can people connect with you?
So there are a couple of things. So one is, if you're ready to talk in person, like you actually want to meet the coach and have a conversation, maybe you have a question, maybe you're on, hey, help me with the calendar, I'm committed, just do something. So 10, 15 minutes, I call them discovery call, get to know call. You can just get on the call and do that. I can help you moving forward or discover whatever it is that, priority for you. That might be, and I'm looking at myself, if I hear the person for the first time, I kind of like what she's saying, but I'm just, hey, I'm too busy. And it's one-on-one, it might be a little too intimidating. That is why I actually created a baby step course. The more I think of it, the more I like it, as if I was a client as well. It's 5 minutes, 5 modules. One module is 5 minutes. And when I'm doing cooking, doing the laundry, even when I'm driving somewhere, I can listen to them and maybe listen to them one time. And then if I want to come back to that module, I can sit down and, hey, it's only 5 minutes. I can do it before I go to bed. And we do work on the pillars of mindset, nutrition, management, and this way can be a great way to get something going.
Excellent. That's great.
I can give you the links if you like.
Yeah. So I think I have 2 links for you. I'll put them in the description below so people can click on those and connect with you. I really am so grateful to talk to you. I think this is another missing piece from people's lives, is this whole 3-legged chair stool idea and movement and nutrition and beliefs. So thank you so much, Nadya, for talking to me today.
Thank you, Rita. I appreciate it.
Bye, everyone. See you next week.
Bye.